Welcome to V News, and here are today's headlines.
Prime Minister consults experts about economic policies. Control space of ancient Moon ethnic people in Hòa Bình province. Cambodia withdraws troops from border with Thailand. Top leader of the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, Kim Jong-un, arrives in Russia.
Prime Minister Nguyễn Tấn Dũng met with more than 30 local economic experts and scientists in Hanoi on August 20th to consult them about macroeconomic policies, especially financial and monetary policies.
The experts said unsettled public debts in Europe and economic difficulties of the US and Asia have strongly influenced on the Vietnamese economy, hindering it from reaching the set growth and inflation control targets. They said that the country recorded initial positive results in socio-economic performance in the first 7 months of the year. The achievements included decreasing inflation, increasing exports, stable foreign exchange rate, as well as rising industrial production and service value, and higher number of foreign tourist arrivals. However, they noted that the foundation of the macroeconomy is yet to be improved remarkably as inflation and interest rates remain high. Foreign exchange reserves, though added more, are not strong enough, and bad debts in the banking system tend to increase. They also suggested a number of immediate and long-term measures to deal with these issues, including implementing a tightened monetary policy, cutting down public investment, and keeping a close watch on the real estate market. Prime Minister Dũng spoke highly of the experts' constructive suggestions. He also said that the government's central task between now and the year end is to continue implementing effectively Resolution Number 11 on curbing inflation, stabilizing the macroeconomy, and ensuring social security in combination with economic restructuring. The Prime Minister added the government, ministries, branches and institutes will keep them constantly updated with emerging developments, improve forecasting capacity and renovate statistical work, thus putting forth more suitable and effective macro policies.
More than 300 former soldiers of the Battle of Điện Biên Phủ gathered in Ho Chi Minh City on August 20th to mark General Mr. Võ Nguyên Giap's 100th birthday.
The veterans reviewed the life and cause of General Giap, as well as the path for him to become the legendary talented military commander. General Giap won the entire people's confidence thanks to his talents and righteousness and generosity. General Giap is a pride and a symbol of Vietnam's military strength, and a famous historical figure and a witness of the nation's glorious struggles, said the meeting. The Battle of Điện Biên Phủ occurred between March and May 1954 and culminated in a comprehensive French defeat. The war ended shortly after the battle with the 1954 Geneva Accords, under which France agreed to withdraw from its former Indochinese colonies.
Prime Minister Nguyễn Tấn Dũng recently approved a project to preserve and promote the control of ethnic minority groups in Vietnam between now and 2020.
The project targets ethnic minority groups in remote areas, especially in the Northwest, Central Highlands and Southwest, as such groups are unable to preserve and promote their own cultures, which are standing on the edge of oblivion. The 1.52 trillion Vietnam Doms project is divided into two phases. The first phase will run between now and 2015, and the second phase will take place during the 2016-2020 period. The project includes 6 components, with a focus on creating an inventory of cultural heritages of ethnic minorities, improving capacity to preserve and promote cultures, abolishing unsound customs, and integrating economic development with cultural conservation. By 2020, it is expected that 70 to 80% of mountain and highland villages will have a communal cultural house with an agenda run by cultural identities. 60 to 80% of officers working on cultural-related tasks are to be recruited from ethnic minorities.
Now let's visit Mueang Ethnic Cultural Space Museum in the northern province of Hòa Bình. This is a cultural arts work by 34-year-old artist Vũ Đức Hiếu, who was born in Hanoi but grows up in Hòa Bình and has a profound compassion for Mueang ethnic customs and culture.
The museum is dedicated to displaying three southern Mueang artifacts and tools, including gongs, ancient copper censers and vases, fishing, weaving and shooting tools, and household utensils. It also features 200 species of medicinal plants of Mueang ethnic people, which are grown on an area of 500 square meters. The museum is regarded a miniature Mueang society, with 4 types of houses illustrating class distinction within the society. The Langhouse for the upper class, Old House for servants in Langhouse, Knock House for middle class. The museum attracted more than 10,000 foreign and domestic visitors last year.
Moving to other news. The 9th Vietnam-Japan Cultural Exchange began in the central city of Hội An, Quảng Nam Province on August 20th.
There will be a wide range of activities within the framework of the 3-day event featuring traditional poetry, dances and dresses of Japan. An exhibition displaying activities of the previous 8 programs and a charitable concert also takes place. The event, held in every August, receives support from many Japanese organizations and universities. It is jointly organized by the Japanese Embassy, the Japan Foundation Center for Cultural Exchange, the Japan International Cooperation Agency, and the Hội An Municipal People's Committee.
Hanoi's Consumer Price Index in August increased by 1.06% over last month and 22.66% compared to the same period last year.
The biggest price hike was recorded in the group of foodstuff and restaurant services, with 2.51% and 1.89%. They were followed by housing, electricity, water, fuel and building materials, with 1.06%. Meanwhile, the price of foods decreased 0.69%. Experts said this is the 4th consecutive month Hanoi's CPI growth has slowed down, contributing to the price stabilization program launched by the Municipal People's Committee. During this month, gold price soared 8.75% against last month, while the price of US dollar was up only 0.09%.
Cambodia on August 20th withdrew its troops from the 5th time from the disputed border areas with Thailand.
The troops of the Brigade No. 9 stationed at the foot of the Chetrang area on the left side of the Privhia Temple have been pulled back to their bases in Trom Khasan district of Privhia province on August 20 morning. It is estimated that 1,800 troops were pulled back from the Chetrang area. The troop redeployments have been made at the order of Prime Minister Hun Sen as the military tension with Thailand has eased since the Pheu Thai party won a victory in the general elections on July the 3rd. Cambodia and Thailand have had sporadic border conflict over the territorial dispute near the Privhia Temple since the UNESCO listed the Privhia Temple as the World Heritage Site on July 7, 2008. Since then, both sides have built up military forces along the border and periodic clashes have happened, resulting in the deaths of troops and civilians on both sides.
The Russian government's news sources said that Kim Jong-un, the top leader of the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, arrived in Russia on August 20th morning on a special train to begin his first visit to the strong neighboring nations since 2002.
DPRK's official Korean Central News Agency officially confirmed Kim's visit to Russia. The Kremlin press office said leader Kim will hold talks with Russian President Dmitry Medvedev in Ulan-Ude, a Siberian city, on August 22nd. The two leaders are expected to discuss the resumption of six-party talks on the Pyongyang nuclear program. He will also visit Siberia and the Far Eastern region. His new trip comes as the DPRK faces a hunger crisis. On August 19th, the Russian Foreign Ministry said it sent 50,000 tons of wheat at Pyongyang's request, with the first batch arriving in the country this week and the remaining to be sent next month.
And that's the end of this VNews broadcast today. Thanks for watching and see you next time.